kind of a big spot footing right here we're digging out. We're gonna be going back to a 2-foot ditch here in a minute, so I just figured to leave this on 2-foot bucket on. No bigger than this one is, so shouldn't take as long to punch it out. This is just sand. I mean, just pure deal. I think you could load this up and haul it somewhere and it would pass as good fill sand. This is about all we got out here to work with. It's not digging too bad. It's pretty hard to keep the edges on it. Kind of crumbles a little bit. But we're gonna make it look good. We can get it straight, we can get it flat. That's about the best we can do with it. So anyway, it's a beautiful day in Thackerville, Oklahoma. It's gonna be hot and miserable because it just rained this morning. Be up around 100, I think, for the temperature. The heat index is in the dangerous spots, like 105 or something like that, I think. Or will be. It ain't quite there yet. It's still morning, but we'll get done what we can get done. Anyway, we got a little bit of stuff to watch around here happening. We got front end loaders and scrapers and dozers. And over to the right, you can't really see them probably, but them cranes that was working out here last week moved over to a different project. I guess they got a parking garage they're building over there. But I don't think we're doing anything on the parking garage. Anyway, just another day in paradise. Good to have the AC working in the backhoe. I think I'd probably be pretty miserable and probably be crying if I didn't have that. But anyway, just footing to dig here. I'm trying to dig it as we go, kind of stepping things back so it's safer. This old sand's just not real stable, but I think what we got here will work. Unless they get a big rain or something, I don't know. I think it'll be okay, but you can see I kind of dug some steps out in the corner. That's my favorite way to dig steps on something like this. I think it's a lot safer. They're a little bit tall, but just kind of split the difference on the benches, and just makes it a little bit easier for the guys to get in and out. But got them on both corners. I don't know if I'll do all 4 corners. I might do 3. Digging a hole like this is pretty easy till you get down to finishing it. Kind of like a lot of things. Pretty easy to start stuff, but it can be a challenge to finish it. So you kind of got to plan your way around it. And we're just about 9.5 or 10 foot deep, and we're about, I think we got about 10 feet of not quite 10 feet of benches on it, but we're close to a 1-and-1 on it. I think probably ought to be more like a 1.5 or 2, but I think it's going to be okay. They're going to be pouring concrete, flowable fill in the bottom, and that'll take up some of that space down there, and that bottom step's a little taller. But they'll have to set up forms around the footing itself, because they're putting flowable fill in the middle, on the bottom, I mean. And then once they get that in place, they'll set rebar and pour concrete, set anchor bolts and that kind of stuff. But we've got 2 of these monsters to dig. One of them we already dug out, but they had a change or something in the plans, and so it's got to go down as deep as this one is. So at some point, probably tomorrow, I think I'm gonna probably be the rest of the day digging this one out, and tomorrow we'll probably work on that other one. But they said they're gonna get a Traco out here. I'm hoping we can use it. It's pretty hard to dig one of these after it's dug out deeper, especially with the sand. You can't really get right up on the edge of it quite as good. Anyway, this is kind of a neat footing deal here. But you can see the bottom's just sugar sand. It's just, if it wasn't for pouring the flowable fill in the bottom, we'd probably need to slope them benches at the bottom. But I think they'll hold up long enough to get the flowable fill in place, and then that'll hold it up. But I don't think anything here is really dangerous as far as, you know, I try to keep the grade man, I try to keep things bench back away from the grade man as best I can. And that's where you run into trouble when you're trying to dig too deep of a hole with a small machine. It's hard to keep the grade man safe unless you've got shoring boxes. Shoring boxes don't work for footings though. At least not very well. They can be used, but yeah, that's some of the right down the bottom, really clean sand. It's just pretty good stuff. good until they pull him off to go do something else, and then he gets behind a little bit. But another one of them jobs that a backhoe is pretty good to have, because I have had to move my own spoils a couple times today, and just makes it more productive to keep moving and keep things going while if they got problems or something else. So the backhoe works out good for this kind of stuff. The extend the hoe especially. I mean, I've got the reach of a pretty good size excavator. And like I say, I still got the ability to move spoil piles, that kind of stuff. So anyway, we got that corner over kind of where my bucket's at. It's down the grade, and we're going to try to get this corner down the grade before we move forward here. I think the bottom of this hole is only like 25, or maybe it's 20 foot to 20 foot. I don't know. It's not just super big. You can see the grade rod. I think we're about 9.5 to 10 foot deep right here. Down a little more there. I'm finding it pretty tricky to keep grading sand. It's just really tough to keep it right on the money. Well, it's like grading sand pretty much. But basically, there's no down pressure much on the bucket. It's always lifting as a dig. Might be just a little bit of down pressure every now and then, but not much. I mean, it's mostly just lifting. Try to get the heavy chunks, try to knock them down before we get like up here at the top of this. I'm trying to knock these off so we don't. These will roll all the way back down out of your reach if you're not careful. And on a hole like this, you don't want to be getting too close to the edge. So. And it's, I think our feel-like temperature today is already 109. It's about noon. Down in that hole, it probably feels like 120. Much wind. Pretty dangerous conditions to be doing a lot of physical work. But these guys are tough, a lot tougher than I am. Keeping me real close on grade. They like to get it right on the money, and then they compact it with a little plate compactor. Sometimes we have to throw a little bit back in when I slip up. Kind of wish I'd have brought a probably work pretty good. An inch deeper, he says. I can see grade pretty good most of the time. Cycle times are a little slower when you're digging this deep, that's for sure. So try to keep full buckets. Digging the steps and benches is time consuming as well. That's a half inch down. And they're pretty close. And I may jump over to the other side here and do some more on it. Like I say, you kind of got to plan your steps on this kind of stuff. You can't just start digging and end up good. You gotta be able to reach the bottom of the hole without getting too close to the edge. So there's a lot of time here that I'd rather not have a guy in the hole. If he is in the hole, he needs to be in the back away from the bank that I'm digging on. So sometimes they kind of start getting under you, and that's not good. One of these big 50-pound chunks of dirt, roll down there and get them. Could cause some injuries, so just try to keep people safe. But you can see. Well, you might not be able to see from your view, but when these guys climb in and out of the hole, a lot of times they're sloughing that bank off. So I don't know, we might end up having to slope the top edge of that off just to be safer. But what I'm doing now is kind of benching the center of it, and that's just so room between the dangerous high bank and the grade man. You can see the benches I put in the sides. You can see places where there might have been a rock or a soft spot, and they kind of, it didn't hold up real well. The sand's got, the top part's got some concrete chunks and stuff that they rolled in here for compaction, or compacted in here for the pad itself. Mechanics working on a skid steer now. I don't know what's going on with it, but so I may have to move my own spoils again here in a minute. Like I say, that's a benefit to your customer too. You can keep working on machine. Get a lot of work done by yourself. You don't have to have support equipment. got a load of sand a while ago, and it came up over the bucket, and there's just like a perfect layer of sand just covered my condenser. I kept wondering, my air conditioner started getting warmer, and I noticed the compressor was kicking on and off real quick, and my engine temperature started coming up, and well, I figured out that it was the layer of sand that I just coated the radiator with, or the condenser. But she's cool now, cool as a cucumber. This is one of the only machines I've ever ran that, you know, if you keep the radiator clean, this thing does pretty good in hot temperatures. The air conditioner as well, it does real good until, you know, it's like anything. It does really good until the sun starts beating in the windows, which for the most part, when it's, you know, about 4 or 5 o'clock, these guys are usually shutting down anyway. So if you run later than that at night, it does get warmer in the cab, but for the most part, this is you know, a really comfortable machine to operate. And that's, you know, that's why when people ask me, you know, when you gonna get a new backhoe, it's like, I think the answer to that question is, if this thing ever starts costing me more downtime than I have uptime, it might be time for a new backhoe. But the new ones don't offer any more comfort than this one does. I mean, I got pilot controls, I got air conditioner and heat. So, I don't know. It's good for me. But this is, like I was saying earlier, this is the hard part of, the hardest part of digging the holes, finishing on the finish end of it, or the corner you're finishing out of, especially a deep one with benches. I mean, this is going to get a little bit tricky right up here at the end, because you don't want to leave anything you can't reach out in the middle, and you also don't want to be set up too close to the edge. So what I'm doing here is just trying to cut back my straight line, or my layout mark, and I think they're going to actually get their instrument and check me on my corners on this one, because it's so deep and it's pretty easy to lose your layout by a couple of inches when you're digging this deep. So I think they're gonna check up on me on this one. And I got a bit of a dog leg in that right there, and I don't know why, but let's see if we can't get her straightened out here. I think I set up just a little bit off, and that wasn't good. I'm kind of rushing through this one a little bit. Probably shouldn't be, but when you got to get work done, you kind of got to rush. I mean, these big deep holes like this, they take a lot of time, especially trying to keep it safe. You know, if I were just straight walling this, I'd already be done with it, but we can't straight wall a hole this deep. I mean, you could dig it, but I wouldn't put anybody in it unless you didn't want them, unless you didn't like them. You know, if there's somebody you didn't like, you could put them in a hole that deep. I wouldn't want to get anybody hurt. Been at it too long. You know, these guys all got families like everybody else, so you got to take care of your people. Now AC's working like a new one now. Man, I was getting worried about it. I thought, well, maybe my expansion valve's messed up. Walked around, looked at the front of the backhoe, and you know, saying, I need to build me a screen or something to put over that air conditioner condenser that can be pulled out and cleaned easy. I mean, that's kind of a bad design. I had a problem here a while back with cottonwood trees getting in my grill. Just about messed up right here. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I probably shouldn't have dug this left side out, because I'm going to have to get my straight layout on this near wall. It's going to be a little tougher to do, but I think I can do it. The thing about it, you just got to be creative with how you set your machine up and do this stuff. I have to back up just a little bit more. Closer there. For the most part, I think we're pretty good on it. We got a little bit more than half of this hole dug out. I say a little bit because, you know, we still got a lot of benching to do. Not benching, benching. Working back to this corner. That's the best way I know how to do it. I can feel my outriggers squishing into this stuff. It's soft. The more I take out next to my outrigger, the worse it gets. To help the skid steer a little bit. They're having some trouble with it. I don't know for sure what all, but I think they've had high hydraulic temperatures. I think it's got to do with if I had a John Deere backhoe, it would dig slower, so therefore the 333 could keep up with it. Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that's the deal. If I had a John Deere backhoe, it would probably be overheated as well. So then there wouldn't be an issue with keeping up. That's just a joke. Don't take it too serious. Got to pick on my John Deere lovers out there. The problem with the laser receiver like that, they ought to have a remote sensor or something, and they probably do. They need a sensor where the guy in the bottom can see the grade. It's hard to hear the beep. All the noise we got out here. But the farthest I got to reach is right here. I hope we're pretty close there because, well, AC might be cycling again. Seems like it's warming up again now. I might have to borrow an air compressor and blow some air through it, clean it up. at it, it's Wednesday morning, I think, something like that. Digging out this little footing here. It's little compared to the one on the end of it down there. That one took me all day yesterday. It's deep, almost 10 foot below grade, or below dirt grade. Dirt grade's kind of funny out here. It kind of slopes. I kind of struggled a little bit keeping my benches level. We weren't shooting great on benches. We were just kind of eyeballing them in, just trying to make the hole safe. But when the dirt grade's not flat, it kind of messes with you a little bit. Just another day out here in the big sandbox. That's basically all this is. Nothing but sand. So these, I don't know, this end of the pad I think is 2 foot below grade. So they got to form up their footings on this on top. They'll use the earth form for the bottom. And anyway, just a little bit different job, a little bit different stuff. This is the event center at River Spirit, or no, not River Spirit, Windstar. I said River Spirit. So this is the new event center for the Windstar Casino in Thackerville, Oklahoma. Down here by the Texas line, Red River. Anyway, pretty easy digging. I mean, there's just some chunks of concrete. Occasionally, this used to be a big parking lot. So building a new hotel, new parking garage, and oh, there's a hammer. Didn't even see that. Anyway. New parking garage, new motel, new event center. Another company's going to be doing the parking garage, so. We won't get to do anything on it. And the motel, the guys I'm working for are actually digging it out themselves. They got a They just pulled up a brand new John Deere 85 Mini X over there. So anyway, I might do a little work on that one, but mainly what I'm doing is just the event center. They got a lot going on out here all at once. They're going back over here and get their packer out of the bottom of this hole, I reckon. It's a long ways down there. Extend the hose pretty handy.